First up, Will, Felicia, thank you for being here this year at the con. It's awesome. My question is, have you ever been approached by any studio to make this more of a fleshed out TV show, an ongoing TV show?
Not really. Not really. I mean,
Yeah, but why would you want to? It's awesome. It's awesome where and how it is.
I mean, I really enjoy it the way it is. I would have to be under the right circumstances and in the right type of stories. It'd be much different from what we do. We do kind of a serial movie in a sense because we don't release every single week. And the characters are great, and it would just have to be the right time, the right place. And I really enjoy what we do now. I mean, we make a ton more money, and we have trailers, and it would be very different. And it's not something that I would automatically say no to. Most of the studios who approached us early on to partner up to do the show just wanted to keep it on the web. And we kind of didn't agree to do that early on because we were like, well, what have you done that's on the web that has been more successful than what we're doing just on our own right now? And that's why partnering up with Microsoft was like the dream thing, because they have Xbox consoles and they can bring millions of new people to the show that a traditional studio in the online world couldn't do. So that's why it's kind of perfect the way it is, even though we do struggle sometimes. So, I haven't really had a studio or a network like say, hey, we want to develop this into a TV show, because I'm kind of famous for saying no to that. But I certainly wouldn't turn it down if I had the idea and the right stories and everything. But the thing is that we have the power to do the show no matter what now. And it's such a great power because we're directly supported by people. So, like, you guys, every single person we meet is like every click, every time you send it through email to a friend and somebody's like, hey, I really like that show. Like, that's something that no other show I think has in the position we have now. So to give that up, just to jump to TV isn't something that's our ultimate aim. I just want to do the show where it's appropriate for the stories that we want to tell, and wherever that is.
There's also a bureaucracy that gets involved if you become like in the studio system.
Yeah, it could never get made.
And with a network, and we had a scene together. Okay, spoiler alert: Codex and Fox have a scene together in season 4. We were and we were running that scene.
Yeah.
That morning, and it was it was a good scene, but it just. I remember we both felt like this.
I was like,
we moved this here, we moved this thing. Like all the lines were that they were just kind of in the wrong order. And we were like, okay, done, here, let's go. Now we'll shoot it this way. And if we had been on a network show,
oh no, you can't
do that.
No.
I mean, it would have been like, well, we'll shoot it both ways, and then they'll use the wrong way, and we have to get it approved by 70 people.
Or we'll just do it just because we're the volume at which it was basically you have to do TV because they put out so much product. You have to get it approved. So we have the creative nimbleness to be able to just kind of make things better on the spot and have everybody contribute, which is really fun. So it's just two different worlds, really. And until the stories run out for the web, I don't see much of a chance of that jumping or whatever. I don't know.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, my question is mostly for Felicia, but also for Will. I'm familiar with Will's background of vast gaming experience thanks to his blog and his writing. I'm less familiar with yours, unfortunately. So I just was curious, when you were creating the characters originally and as the seasons went on, how much was inspired by your own experience dealing with geeks and gamers, and how much of it was just, oh, I think this character would be really cool, so I'll create him that way?
The characters aren't based on real people. I guess Tinkerballa is the only one who's mildly inspired by my old raid leader in WoW. She's this beautiful, adorable Asian girl who would just tear into you. Like, what are you guys doing? You're supposed to bring stone skin eel pots. Blah, 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 just going postal trying to. And this was back when there was 40-man raids, so it was immense pressure and coordination and preparation you had to do these things. It was really a full-time job. So, really not the same, but just mildly inspired. And of course, Codex is inspired by my own gaming experience because I was really playing 10 hours a day for a while there. But other than that, Vork and Zabu, I created those characters for those actors because We would do improv together, and they would just crack me up no matter what I did on stage. It was just so unprofessional, but whatever. And then for Clara, you know, I had just seen people being parents and hearing kids screaming in the background when I played online, and everybody has had that experience if you do online game. But the thing is, you know, most people think about gaming in such a narrow way that it's just teenage boys, like, you know, playing, and it's not true. There's just everybody. There's just such a more interesting cross-section of people who enjoy playing socially online or just like playing by themselves online, and I really wanted to kind of fill that cast of characters out in an authentic way, so that when gamers is, you know, some people are like, oh, it's so cliche, those characters. I'm like, no, it's only cliche to somebody who plays 8 hours a day. So that's the cool thing, is that people can identify with those characters, but you know, they're not necessarily the cliche you think when you think about a gamer.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Speaking of games, are you guys have any works for a guild game in the works?
My what?
Any works for a guild game?
Oh, a guild game?
Yeah.
No, you know, I haven't really, you know, just doing the comic on top of doing the seasons was a lot of work. It would be, you know, doing a game requires years of development, really. Games that's why they're so secretive, and it takes a long time to create a video game. So it would have to be something that was very long-term planning, and I don't know, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think it would be something I'd have to collaborate with Microsoft on to do. But, you know, like I said, we're still a small operation. It's still just me and my producer running the whole show. So it just have to be within our capacity to do something else with the show. I'd probably become addicted to my own game, which is sad.
Your own character, you're like, oh, it's a fashion. Oh.
Hi, this question is for Felicia. So Do You Want to Date My Avatar is one of the 4 songs I've actually paid for in the past 10 years.
Thank you.
Don't tell the government. But my question is there any chance of you making even more music and possibly a CD or like something that you could release online that was music either inspired by or that is associated with the Guild?
Dude, you totally need to do a Stacy Q album. You could make the sideways ponytail.
You know, she was one of the inspirations for Date My Avatar. When I was studying, you know, singers.
Studying 80s pop music?
I was studying 80s pop. I was studying girls who did, because I don't watch music videos. So in order to act that character of Codex in Date My Avatar, which was one of the hardest acting challenges I've ever had, because I've never acted like that before. I watched thousands of, you know, not probably that, maybe, a lot of videos, and I was like, God, these girls are slutty. I had no idea, honestly, guys. I had no idea.
Did you watch Samantha Fox? Samantha Fox?
I like to hear you say that.
I think she was the quintessential slutty 80s singer.
Why did I watch those? No, I watched a lot of Gaga. No, we'll go later. I love Lady Gaga. Anywho, you know, it's just a question of time. Like, I am totally overextended as it is, and that's why the Guild season 4 is like a month and a half late, because I went off and did a sci-fi movie where I killed werewolves, which was fun, but it's kind of sidetracked. Yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to see that. It's a much different role than what I usually do. And, you know, I would really like to do more music. I really enjoy singing. It's just a question of scheduling. Like, I'm literally like, I can't see you until July in emails. I mean, I really am over capacity in a way that I can't really keep up with. But, you know, the goal would be to do more music. It's interesting that you say that. You know, I've had that compliment a lot with, this is the first MP3 I've actually bought, and I love that. But I have to tell you, like, there is nothing, and I tended to, you know, maybe acquire music, maybe not legally before, but there's nothing like seeing your own work pirated that makes you so enraged. Like, dude, this is 99 cents, why is this on this torrent site? Like, I got so angry, and it kind of reformed me to doing that sort of thing, because, you know, I know how hard we worked to do that, and when I see people stealing it, I'm like, I hate your face, you know.
Dear Internet, Felicia Day hates your face. You know who you are. My best, Will. P.S. I also hate your face.